welcome to my slideshow presentation about the life cycles of butterflies and frogs. During the presentation, we will cover both their life cycles and the living and non-living components that the environment has on both populations. How long it takes for a butterfly to complete one life cycle can vary from just over 30 days to over 200 days for the monarch. The butterfly and moth develop through a process called metamorphosis. Butterflies, moths, beetles, flies, and bees undergo complete metamorphosis. The young, called a larva instead of nymph, are very different from the adult. They also usually eat different types of food. The metamorphosis of butterflies and moths has 4 stages: egg, larva, pupa, and adult. Egg. Eggs are laid on plants by the adult female butterfly. These plants will then become the food for the hatching caterpillars. The eggs can be laid in spring, summer, or fall. This depends on the species of butterfly. Females lay a lot of eggs at once so that at least some of them survive. Butterfly eggs can be very small. Caterpillar, the feeding stage. The next stage is the larva. This is also called a caterpillar if the insect is a butterfly or a moth. The caterpillar's job is to eat and eat and eat. As it grows, it splits its skin and sheds it about 4 to 5 times. Food eaten at this time is stored and used later as an adult. Caterpillars can grow 100 times their size during this stage. For example, a monarch butterfly egg is the size of a pinhead, and the caterpillar that hatches from its tiny egg isn't much bigger, but it will grow up to 2 inches long in several weeks. Pupa, the transition stage. When the caterpillar is fully grown and stops eating, it becomes a pupa. The pupa of butterflies is also called the chrysalis. Depending on the species, the pupa may suspended under a branch, hidden in leaves, or buried underground. The pupa of many moths are protected inside a cocoon of silk. This stage can last from a few weeks to a month or even longer. Some species have a pupal stage that lasts for 2 years. It may seem like nothing is happening, but big changes are happening inside. Special cells that are present in the larva are now growing rapidly. They will become the adult butterfly's legs, wings, eyes, and other parts. Many of the original larva cells will provide energy for these growing adult cells. Adult, the reproductive stage. The adult stage is what most people think of when they think of butterflies. They look very different from the larva. The caterpillar has a few tiny eyes, stubby legs, and very short antennae. The adults have long legs, long antennae, and compound eyes. They can also fly by using their large and colorful wings. The one thing they can't do is grow. The caterpillar's job is to eat. The adult's job is to mate and lay eggs. Some species of adult butterflies get energy by feeding on nectar from flowers, but many species don't feed at all. Flying comes in handy. The adult female can easily fly from one place to place to find the right plant for its eggs. This is important because caterpillars can travel far. Most adult butterflies live only 1 or 2 weeks, but some species hibernate during the winter and may live several months. They are cold-blooded creatures and typically need warm weather to survive, so they are likelier to live in warm and tropical climates. Butterflies are in areas that stay warm for all or most of the year, like California or Mexico. They are found in every habitat from tropical forests to deserts to grasslands to tundra. You can see them almost everywhere in the world because they live on every continent except Antarctica. One can grow their own butterfly habitat for a garden. They would need a nectar source and host plants. An abiotic factor is a non-living part of an ecosystem that shapes its environment. The important abiotic factors that have an impact on butterfly diversity are temperature, relative humidity, rainfall, and photoperiod. The life cycle of frogs is a super interesting part of life. Over a really short amount of time, they develop from eggs to tadpoles to froglets, eventually becoming adult frogs. This exact process of metamorphosis is completely unique to amphibians, which is just one of the things that makes them so fascinating. Frogs have multiple stages in their life cycle: egg, tadpole, tadpole with legs, froglet, frog. Egg. Unlike mammals, frogs lay eggs. To increase the chances of survival, many eggs are laid by the frog. Frogs may lay their eggs in masses. Frog eggs can usually be found in calm or static waters. Tadpole. Tadpoles, the next stage, hatch from the egg with poorly developed gills, mouth, and tail. After 7 to 10 days, the tadpoles will start to swim around and eat algae. By week 4, tadpoles are active and social. Tadpole with legs. Between weeks 6 to 9, the tadpole will begin to form their legs. Their body continues to develop, forming a more distinct head. During this stage, tadpoles eat dead insects and plants. By week 9, they look like a frog with a long tail. Froglet. By week 12, the froglet will have only a staff or a tail. The froglet looks like a smaller version of a frog. By week 12 to 16, it has grown to a fully developed frog. It is at the stage that they start to look for a mate and the cycle continues. Frogs must have water, food, shelter, and a place to reproduce in order to survive. Frogs can only live near or in freshwater sources. This is where they drink water, keep their skin moist, and lay eggs to reproduce. They also live in habitats with lots of insects to eat. Frogs thrive in a large number of environments, from tropical forests to frozen tundras to deserts. Their skin requires fresh water, so most frogs live in aquatic and swampy habitats. Abiotic factors include temperature, water, light, soil, and air. The temperature of the water can affect the metabolism of the frogs. Thank you for watching my presentation. Have a good day.